Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Pleb Underground. Signal without the slop. I'm your host, Phil. Current block height is, let's see, 926,298. That's right. We're going to throw it in there. Yeah, Frederick mentioned the block height, new all-time high. So I figured, you know what? Let's throw that in there. Guys, we've got a lot of stuff to cover. Let's dive into it. So, Bank of America, a little bit more knee bending, making everybody happy. Bitcoin, possibly the leading indicator for the US markets. We're going to take a look at some comments around that. We're also going to take a look at some of the best Bitcoin TA ever. Was it all just a bear trap? And of course, Greyscale. It's always a big week for Barry, isn't it? It's always a big week for Barry. If you probably know that saying from back in 2020. Anyways, Cramer's got some comments. I don't know whether I often think he's a counter indicator because he usually is. Sometimes when he makes bullish comments, it scares the hell out of me. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to take a look at some comments about from Cramer. We are also going to take a look at a few more hints about who the new Fed chair is going to be. We already talked about it being Kevin Hassett last week. Getting some more hints about that. We've got some stablecoin news and some Kenya news. And of course, guys, you know the deal. We're going to give a shout out to the Pleb Underground sponsor, and we are going to be right back after that to dive into all the fun. Let's frickin' go. Pleb Underground is sponsored by Archimedes Emporium. Discover the pinnacle of precision engineering, starting with their Bitcoin logo wall clock, meticulously machined in Maine from a solid block of aerospace-grade aluminum, ensuring unparalleled durability and performance. Experience the difference of a product made without compromise. Head on over to Archimedes Emporium. All right. Bitcoin dead at 92.6. 92.6. Bitcoin dies every day. All right. So the Bank of America now recommends a 4% Bitcoin and crypto allocation to wealth management clients. Imagine hearing this 5 years ago. 5 years ago, okay, this would have sent us to the moon. Today, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I care. I know Bitcoiners somewhat care, but for whatever reason, the traditional markets, they're like, meh, whatever. So here we go. Starting January 5th, the firm's CIO covered Bitcoin ETFs will include, right? So that's it. So now they are going to start doing research reports about it, which is, yay, great. So they're going to be covering Bitwise, the Bitcoin ETF, Fidelity's Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, Greyscale's Bitcoin Mini Trust. Always a big week for Barry. Barry loves it. And BlackRock's iShares. I got to tell you, I didn't see anything about crypto there. Did not see anything about crypto there. It's all just Bitcoin. It's all just Bitcoin ETFs. Huh. I mean, let's be honest. There's really no reason to hold any of that other crap, and it's going to be funny because the traditional markets have to catch up to that and figure that out. So we're gonna watch them figure that out. We're gonna watch them figure that out. All right, guys, here we go. This is the only TA you'll ever need to see. I don't know why I didn't show this chart sooner, but I apologize. I should have. Had I just started showing this months ago, I think everybody would just be fine. Nobody would be crying. Everybody would be okay, right? It's just a long green arrow up and to the right, as opposed to it going down and to the left, which is just not possible. So it would either go up or down to the right, of course. All right, let's get some comments out of JP Morgan. Some more Hopium, guys. That's right. Bitcoin is eating everything, and we are here for it. Let's watch some more knee bending in real time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Roman. We're going to watch them go through their pool coiner phase. This is going to be great. We're going to enjoy it very much so. All right. Bitcoin is one of several. So here we go. This is JP Morgan analyst. Let's hear what he had to say.
Risk indicators that investors can look to. I find myself trying to pay attention to when I see inconsistencies. So when I see several weeks of rallying in gold and several weeks of pressure on Bitcoin, I think that's kind of interesting. Whether it's suggesting that Bitcoin is not the risk-free asset that it's been pitched at over the last several years, whether it's investors are looking at the prospect of a steeper yield curve supporting gold. I think that there's certainly a lot that we can try to take out of that. If I shift my focus to the equity market, where I'm a little bit spending much more of my time, it's certainly an interesting environment where you see leadership from interactive media names like, say, Alphabet, and pharmaceutical names like Johnson & Johnson. Like, one is risk off and one is perceived as risk on. And ultimately, I think it speaks to some of the confusion investors are attempting to navigate as we come into year end.
I don't know if it's really confusion. I don't really know if it's confusion. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm not convinced that it's confusion. I think these guys have a really hard time being able to give credence to how Bitcoin is integrating into the financial system, into our everyday lives. And they just, it's like, for those of us that have been following Bitcoin for a while, we already saw that Bitcoin was a leading market indicator. I mean, you could sit there and watch the Bitcoin price on Sunday night and pretty much you could almost guess what's going to happen Monday morning based on the action from Monday evening. So watching these guys bend the knee it's just fun. It's just fun in real time. Yeah, it really is. Okay. Don't worry. A whole lot more. We're going to move on. I was trying to find some music to put in the background, but I don't know. It all kind of just sucks. You know? I don't know. You also feel like it's loud. Anyways. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Greyscale Research. Is that what we're looking at? The Greyscale Research report right now? Guess so. Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll do the Greyscale Research report right now. So they said that Bitcoin could set a new all-time high in 2026, right? And that was the title of the show, right? Are we going to do this in 2026? In all fairness, I was really banging my hand on the drum, right? 4-year cycle is intact because human psychology. And here we are, right? Phil's got to eat some crow. And I'm not seeing that we're ready to pull back. I did not get the exuberance that I thought I would get in 2025. And I got to tell you, this Hopium is doing it for me, right? I believe that we are seeing the makings of some serious 2026 action. We're going to find out. So, the asset manager's latest analysis contends that Bitcoin's current market structure, dominated by exchange-traded products and corporate treasuries rather than retail exchanges, fundamentally differs. Here we go. This time it's different from previous cycles and won't follow historical patterns of deep, prolonged declines. This time it's different, guys. This time it's different. I remember back in 2020, we were hearing, actually it was 2018, we were already being told the institutions are here. And when I say we, I'm talking about, me personally as a noob, right? It was, the institutions are here. That's it. We're going to the moon. Not what happened. As you will find out, institutions are like big boats, right? It's like a yacht. You ever try to, forget about a yacht. Let's talk about like a Carnival cruise ship. All right. How about that? You know how long it takes to turn a ship around? You ever watch that? Yeah. That's why this stuff does not move fast, but make no mistake, the wheels are turning. Bitcoin's latest pullback aligns with historical averages despite appearing severe. That's right, guys. I've been telling you this. Come on, 32% pullback. This is nothing in Bitcoin. Okay? Only when you come from TradFi markets are we afraid, are individuals afraid of this. Okay? This is nothing. The crypto, Bitcoin, I don't know why I called it the crypto. Why didn't you just say Bitcoin? Bitcoin has experienced roughly 50 drawdowns of at least 10% since 2010, with an average peak to trough decline of 30%, nearly matching the current 32% drop from recent highs. That's right. It's not as bad as you think. Yeah. Yeah, Barry, he's still doing exactly Christine Lagarde Field. I know who this account is. I already know who this account is. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, it's always a big week for Barry. And I got to tell you, every single time it's been a big week for Barry, it's usually not a good week for us. But that's okay. That's okay. It's just, it's how the cookie crumbles. I'm okay with that stuff. All right. Did everybody just get trapped by a bear market? Well, one of the Hopium dealers, one of the Hopium dealer accounts believes so. The real plan C, it's becoming painfully obvious this that's right, mid-cycle correction was a massive bear trap for the 4-year cycle disciples. Gotta tell you, if you bought into hook, line, and sinker the 4-year cycle and you actually sold all of your Bitcoin, you're wrecked. I gotta tell you. Anyways, that's bad. Very, very. Anyways, yeah. Let's hear what Cramer had to say.
I just think that they had a good presentation yesterday, not opaque. It made me feel like maybe they're more of a company than just a Bitcoin accumulator, which is what people were saying. But I just want to put it in context. There are people who are so fixated on MSTR, as we always call it in the trading desk, MSTR, that they're more fixed. I will go so far as to say that NVIDIA is not as important as MSTR. At least
to
today.
some, yes.
Yes, to some.
Well, when you are on the hook for these dividends and they're material,
Right, and preferred counts as
and your
equity.
Bitcoin doesn't provide cash flow, and your software business doesn't really provide cash
Which
flow.
is not.
And see, these are guys that do this for a living, right? Talking about MicroStrategy's business. I'm just some pleb. Anyways. Okay.
Not really a business.
The reserve to you makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it made a lot of sense. Because you can do a whamma jamma against the shorts. The shorts are pressing it down. You can just do a pincer movement, really surround them. This man knows how to do this stuff. And I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I would not underestimate Saylor, right? Of course, I have, and I still am a critic of their business without operating cash flows. I don't care. I don't care how much Bitcoin they have. But the reality is that what he did, right? What they did by shoring up their cash reserves, they are making sure that they can withstand market adversity. Right? That is the honest to God truth. That's what it is. I applaud that. Obviously, like I said yesterday, I wish that he did not do it by deleting. Sorry, that's a Freudian slip. Diluting current shareholders. But look, those are the financial tools that he has available to him right now. And I am gonna, constantly bang my fist on the table, on the drum about this. They need to get positive cash flows. They need to get positive cash flows generating from a business that does not involve taking on more debt. And again, I understand that he can afford to service the debt, right? But all that does is simply just put pressure, right? The ideal scenario is that he does not have to do this. He gets to continue to accumulate Bitcoin and hoard it and continue to make his products. That's for the business. That's their end goal. So anyways, yeah, interesting turn there from Cramer. And I mean, look, obviously for Bitcoin proponents, I mean, look, for me personally, MicroStrategy is more important to my, right, the things I'm watching, right, the markets I'm watching compared to somebody who's paying attention to AI and watching NVIDIA. So, I don't think he was totally wrong about that. But yeah, don't underestimate Saylor. He's been here for a while, right? As much as I can give him shit, he has weathered many storms. He has definitely weathered many, many storms. So you might be aware of this today, or you might not. I don't know. But CEP, right, which is Cantor Equity Partners, like a shell company, that's going to be combining today. Well, they're going to be voting. They're voting today on whether they are going to merge with Jack Mallers and Jack Mallers 21 or XXI Corporation. They're going to be voting on that today, and we are going to find out more about that most likely tomorrow. We'll see if that actually goes through. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, in all fairness, once again, right? Cantor Equity Partners. Cantor Equity Partners it's a shell company. This thing does absolutely nothing. Go take a look at it. It's literally just a company set up in order to do what it is about to do. So the idea that somehow this merger isn't going to go through, I don't see how. Hey, don't ask me about the yield, okay? You know where the yield comes from. You know exactly where it comes from. And nobody listened to us anyways, right? Like nobody listened to us anyways back in 2022 when we were sitting there talking about all this yield from all these Bitcoin products. We're like, guys, don't you understand? It's just simply new people bringing new money. And it was like, you're just a hater. You don't understand economics, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, well, y'all got wrecked. So there you go. That's the moral of the story there, you know? These guys, Hong Kong public company, Moon Inc. Tell me you didn't set up a Bitcoin company. Tell me you didn't set up a company just to buy Bitcoin without telling me, right? Moon Inc. Good one. Anyways, they're up to 42 Bitcoin. Very, very nice. 42, the magic number, right? Magic number. Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Come on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, so Trump making another hint at who the next Treasury Secretary is going to be. Really hates Jerome Powell. It's kind of funny, right? Like you say whatever you want about Trump. He's kind of a bully, right? He's kind of a bully, and he likes to pick on people. But in terms of entertainment value, it is excellent entertainment value. Let's hear what he had to say here.
Potential Fed chair is here too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin.
He doesn't care. He's just fucking Trump. Can I tell them? Am I allowed to tell them? Boom. There you go. That's right, Mr. Business. It's no coincidence, right? I agree. Oh, no. No more 67s. Make them go away. Make the 67s go away. I'd rather the 42s than the 21s, okay? I'm a big fan. 42s, 21s, 23s, the law of fives, all that fun stuff. All that fun conspiracy stuff. Okay. What else do we got? All right, government shenanigans. Let's take a look at some government shenanigans here. There we go. So, the first Genius Act regulation heading for proposal this month means nothing for Bitcoin. No one is surprised. Not Bitcoin news. Not at all. Nothing to do with Bitcoin news. So, oops, wrong one. I don't know why that was part of the. Stablecoins. That was actually it's interesting. That was actually part of the first piece, right, with the Bank of America, talking about a 4% allocation. That's what the Bitcoin archive account said, or the documenting Bitcoin account said. But they were really talking about 1 to 4%. So. What did I do with that one? Get rid of that? Yeah, maybe. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on in Kenya. Take a look. And again, guys, the Stablecoin Act, it's the Genius Act. It's not going to mean anything for Bitcoin. So just, don't fall for that crap. All right, here we go. And this was also verified. This was also verified by another Bitcoiner that travels the world. And rural mountain villages of Kenya, a Bitcoin mine operated by Gridless is plugged into small hydro plants, buying up excess electricity that would otherwise go unused. The revenue helps make these new energy projects more financially sustainable for local communities. This is the kind of stuff I like to see, guys. For me, this is way more. I know that, we all love the rich guys buying Bitcoin and, it helps with the ego and all that stuff. But actual people that are incentivized to mine and use Bitcoin and build the ecosystem around it, that's what I'm excited about. This is the fun stuff, right? Let's take a look at some of these pictures. There you go. They got some solar going on there. Let's take a look at the little setup, right? These guys are making do with what they have, you know? Very nice. It's kind of funny. I didn't even have this many, right? I only had one S9, and it was so loud. It was so loud in the basement. It just totally reminds me of, because for the people that don't know, I come from an IT background. My background is in network administration. So yes, I have spent many, many hours in server rooms, and they do make you deaf. However, the hum of a Bitcoin miner sounds different for whatever reason. The hum of a Bitcoin miner does not piss me off as much as the hum of a server room. Maybe it's because we know what's going on there, right? Maybe it's because we know that there's Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly, Rarson. You hit the nail on the head. You know, the best part about these operations, they don't require cutting edge mining equipment. That's exactly right. And all these haters, right, that are talking about how Bitcoin, it's becoming completely priced out of the average person. Well, you got these broke people, right? Broke people in Kenya that apparently are setting up miners and mining Bitcoin. So which is it? Right? And then you've got the shitcoiners that try to pitch to you that the global south can't afford to use Bitcoin. It's too expensive. Uh-oh. Well, what are they doing in Kenya then? Right? It is so much nonsense. It is just so much nonsense. Anyways, what's going on here? When Donnie sets up and humiliates Bitcoin Daily pod host, most hilarious. Oh, yes. Donald Trump, of course. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it. It's going to do it for us for today. Let's see where we're at right now. We're still sitting at 92.6. Bitcoin dead. Enjoy this, guys. This is the fun part. Yeah. Zoom out. Just stack. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't pay too much attention to the cheerleaders. And the truth is, none of us know what we're talking about. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I will catch you all tomorrow. Take it easy.